with mental status examination explanation with demonstration part 2. Uh, so I will introduce our esteemed speaker, Dr. Chairperson for this session, Dr. Parag Shah sir. Sir is a professor and head of the department uh, in Surat Municipal Institute of Medical Education Research, Surat. Sir is also zonal representative of IPS West Zonal Branch from 2021 to 2024. Sir is a EC coordinator in IPS in various constitution subcommittee, school and college mental health and community psychiatry committee. Sir was ex-president and ex-editor in IPS Gujarat State Branch, and Sir is currently president-elect of IPS South Gujarat Branch. Sir has been associate editor to the Annals of Indian Psychiatry. Sir has been also a PG examiner for MD and DNB, and also NMC and DNB assessor. Sir has 30 publications on his name. So I will hand over the session to Dr. Parag Shah sir, and welcome for the session of the mental status examination part 2. And I will request the sir to introduce our speaker for the day, Dr. Sushil Gawande sir.
Thank you so much, Dr. Sachin. Can you project the TV? Yeah, thank you so much. So I extend a very warm welcome and a very good evening to all the participants for this today's CME. This is the second part in the series of mental status examination, explanations and demonstrations of concepts of history taking and MSc. So this is the MSc part 2. The first one was received very well. A lot of PG students participated and it was a very interactive session. We had Dr. Sushil Gawande describing and demonstrating very interesting aspects in a very lucid manner. And we are all very excited for today's program, looking forward to have similar learnings from him. And I'm sure all the PG students who were present last time are also sharing the same sentiment with me. So we have Dr. Sushil. We have already heard him. Just once again, to know him again, he is a professor in Department of Psychiatry at NKP Salve Institute and Lata Mangeshkar Hospital in Nagpur. He is the president of Psychiatric Society of Nagpur. He is the chairman of Art and Cultural Task Force of IPS West Zone Branch. We have been seeing him and Bhavesar for so many years, closely involved with so many activities in IPS, even at the national level. He has a lot of academic credit to his curriculum in the form of gold medal in the psychiatry exams. He has publications, more than 30 at national and 7 at international levels. I would not take much time to introduce him. We can already see his CV. And I would now request the speaker for the session, Dr. Sushil Gawande, to please take charge of the session and begin it. Welcome, sir.
Thank you, Parag sir. Thank you so much. Sachin, am I audible enough?
Yes, sir.
Enough, no? So I would require to shut down this screen, present screen. Yes.
Yes.
And I want my okay, fine.
So now you are visible. Your screen is visible.
Yes, yes. So I want me, Hetvi, on the screen together. Hetvi, are you there?
Yes, sir.
And Shruti is there with us or us?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, I've joined. Yes.
Okay, yes, fine. So I want me as well as the same way which last time we had done. Hetvi, Shruti and me, if possible, on the screen. Shruti,
I think Shruti.
Shruti Jain. Shruti Jain.
अब आप मोबाइल फोन का इस्तेमाल कर सकते हैं। आप अपनी
I don't know how to
Her
Please
video
let us
is off,
complete
sir.
one.
Shruti's
कृपया
video is
video,
off.
video. Okay, okay, no problem. Yes, Shruti is
अपनी
there.
यात्रा में इंडिगो को शामिल करने के लिए
अच्छा.
धन्यवाद. You are free to use your mobile phones now. Please check the seat
Sir, but
box
that's
for any
three
personal
people in bus.
No. Yes.
You're in a flight, Shruti?
So sorry, actually the flight got very
Ah.
delayed.
Will you sustain?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Shruti, if you are not comfortable, we have kept someone else ready.
No, no, sir. I comfortable. Yes, sir. I
Comfortable, but
yes, yes.
okay, no problem. So, Sachin, can we have Shruti, then Hetvi and me together on the screen? Okay. Shilpa man, can you see me and Hetvi together?
Yeah, two of you.
Okay, okay. Yes.
Now Shruti also.
Yes, Shruti. Yes. So, first of all, thank you so much, Shilpa madam and Sachin and entire team, Bhave sir, Parag sir, for giving this opportunity. Means it was out of demand of residents that you all people have organized this second part of mental status examination. And that itself is a matter of such a pride for us. Parag sir, thank you for all those kind words. And yes, we are always there to look after the cultural aspect of IPS Western Zonal Branch. And at the same time, you people are giving opportunities in the academics, and that's really matter for us. So, pattern will be similar. Those who had attended last session, the pattern is almost same. And we will, because it's a mental status examination part 2, so I think last time we had covered till thought examination and the rest of the MSc was left. So we will start from there, but then we won't get a feel of that. So what we will do, we will request Hetvi to tell us a summary and the initial MSc findings, and then demonstration part we will start after that.
Yes.
Okay, so with me, we have Dr. Hetvi Shah. She is third year resident, and Dr. Shruti Jain, she is also a third year resident in my department. So over to you, Hetvi. Please take us through the history of patient.
Sir, after the history is taken, I would like to start with the mental status examination of the patient.
Yes.
Patient is conscious. She is sitting on a chair, dressed in home clothes, adequately groomed.
Hetvi, can we go through history first?
Okay.
Brief history and then mental.
Okay. So Shruti had presented with complaints of sadness of mood, decreased interest in daily activities, feelings of guilt, not able to enjoy things that she was previously able to enjoy, sleep and appetite disturbances, increase since the past 1 month, and now she is also presented with also presented with suicidal ideas. Earlier, she was taking treatment for somatic complaints that she had since the past 2 years. With increase with worries and preoccupation regarding the somatic symptoms, but now recently she has also developed depressive features, and that is why she has come to a psychiatrist for further consultation. And now after the history was taken in detail, I would like to go through the MSc of the patient that we had discussed in the last time. So the patient is conscious. She is sitting on a chair, dressed in home clothes, adequately groomed, sitting with hunched shoulders, and head and gaze is downwards. Her age is appropriate as mentioned in the history, and there are no marks or tattoos or scars visible. The attitude of the patient is cooperative. The rapport was established with difficulty, and eye-to-eye contact was initiated and intermittently maintained. The psychomotor activity was retarded. The speech was spontaneous, coherent, and relevant, but the speed was slow and has a monotonous pitch. With decrease in verbal output, increase in the reaction time, and intensity was audible with a soft tone. The mood reported by the patient is sad, and the affect in quality, it is sad. The range is restricted. It is congruent to the mood reported by the patient, inappropriate to the setting, non-communicable, and no diurnal variation. In thought examination, the thought is continuous. There is a retardation in the thought process or slowed thinking. The sentences were well formed. There are ideas of helplessness, hopelessness, and worthlessness. Suicidal ideations are present. And there is also preoccupation with worries regarding her somatic symptoms. And there is no abnormality of possession of thought. And there are no perceptual abnormalities in the patient.
Okay, so I think till thought, possession of the thoughts we had
Yes.
covered, and we were thinking of discussing perception and afterwards.
Yes.
So yes, so what are your findings in a perception?
So for this patient, the patient does not have any perceptual abnormalities.
Abnormality. Okay, so we will go to very basic part of it. Okay, did you really ask for the perception in the because patient is having all depressive symptoms? Did you ask for it?
Yes, sir. We generally
Okay.
ask in all patients.
Okay. So let's see the very common pattern of the questions which we ask for the perception. Okay, so Sachin, if we yes, Shruti is there on the screen. Okay, Hetvi, go ahead. So we are starting now demonstration of mental status examination from perception onwards. So all those who are there in the as a participants, please observe Hetvi asking or framing her questions for asking or elicitation perception, and then we will, if you want to add anything, suggestion, anything, then put in the chat box, then we will discuss. Again, I'm asking Shruti because I have kept Smruti ready. Is it comfortable for you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. Yes. So Hetvi, go ahead.
Yes. श्रुति, मुझे आपको ये पूछना था कि जब आप घर पे रहते हैं और आपने लास्ट टाइम अपने विचारों के बारे में बताया था, श्रुति,
हाँ,
हाँ, आपके विचारों के बारे में बताया था, तो आपको घर पे रहते हो तो कैसा लगता है?
वही मैडम, जैसे आपको बताया था, बिल्कुल अच्छा नहीं लगता है और इतने विचार रहते हैं कंटिन्यूसली, मतलब विचार मतलब सोचने नहीं होता।
तो ये जब विचार कंटिन्यूस रहते हैं, आपको कभी कुछ एहसास हुआ है जो आपको लगा है कि कुछ अलग है या शायद से आपके रूटीन में पहले नहीं था या कुछ अलग फील होता है?
ऐसा लगता है कि जो विचार है वो दिमाग में घूमता है और कान में बहुत आवाजें आ रही हैं।
Okay. Hetvi, what we will do, there are a lot of disturbances on your end, Shruti. So
Yes.
just put it mute. And I request Sachin, can you please take Smruti on the screen? Smruti
Yes.
Sindekar.
Yes, sir. I will.
Smruti. Okay, Smruti, you can unmute.
Yes, sir.
And welcome to our demonstration, and thank you so much for joining. Okay, so Hetvi, what was your framed question to ask for a hallucination?
So firstly, we'll ask about the whatever thoughts or the brief history that the patient is given, open-ended question. Then indirectly we'll tell her that if ऐसा कोई एहसास या अनुभव हुआ है जो पहले कभी नहीं हुआ है और ऐसा आपको लगने लगा है कि पहले मेरे साथ कोई चीज नॉर्मली नहीं होती थी. And in case the patient does not even answer with that, then we can go ahead with direct questions कि कभी ऐसा लगा है कि अकेले बैठे हो रूम में, आजू बाजू कोई नहीं है तो भी आपको कानों में किसी की आवाज आई है, कोई दिखाई दिया है?
Yes. So I think if anyone has anything to suggest, you can put in a chat box. I think we are right. Means when we ask even for the hallucination, as a rule, we should not go with the direct question first, and we should ask the indirect questions, because if you could elicit hallucination through indirect questions, okay, then it has a good reliability of in that symptoms. So asking indirect question is very important. So you use the specific words. So there are few very specific words which we could use to frame the questions to elicit hallucinations. And that, as you said, एहसास है ना, कोई विचित्र एहसास होता है क्या? One more important, because hallucinations is like a bhas, so we can ask आभास also, right? So
Yes.
आपको कोई ऐसे विचित्र आभास होते हैं क्या? आपके कानों में ऐसे विचित्र आभास होते हैं क्या? So that would be indirect question. And if you could elicit with those indirect questions, it's well and good. If not, then you can ask the direct questions. Okay. So Dr. Bhave also add अनुभव, right? आपको विचित्र कोई अनुभव आते हैं क्या? विचित्र आभास. But out of एहसास, out of अनुभव and आभास, I would give more credit to आभास. Means if you use that word appropriately, कि आपको कोई विचित्र आभास होते हैं क्या? So it is very likely that if they have a hallucination, they will come out with these words, because they connect this bhas, abhas more with the auditory perception than with any other perception. Shruti, Hetvi, is that enough? Is that enough to ask? कि आपको कोई आवाज होते हैं कि what else you want to ask?
Sir, if the patient does, like, if after direct eliciting, if the patient is reporting any hallucinations, then we need to ask whether what is the content of the hallucinations, how many voices can the patient hear, are they talking amongst to themselves or are they derogatory, what is the nature of it, has he or she acted upon the hallucinations. So sir,
Okay. Yes, yes. Any suggestion? Means Hetvi is done with the hallucination part. Anything else to be discussed here? Anyone from the participants?
It can be either noise or it can be specific sounds or it can
Yes.
be voices.
Yes, absolutely.
So it has to be unstructured, semi-structured, or
yes,
structured.
yes,
So
absolutely.
these three things you have to ask.
Yeah, absolutely. So, Hetvi, here
Yes.
we have a elementary hallucinations where
Yes.
unstructured noises are there. And we have a complex hallucinations, means complex hallucination where human voices are there.
Yes.
So as Shilpa madam said, it's not sufficient. After that, you need to ask these things also,
Yes.
because we can have a elementary hallucinations and complex, that's a hallucinations also. Yes, and one more addition, as Dr. Bhave said, there could be some physiological hallucinations. They may not be that abnormal. And very popularly, we know they are hypnagogic and hypnopompic. So, are they, वो आभास आप जब when you are awake, उस वक्त वो आभास होते हैं, या आप जो है सोने को जाते हैं या सोने से उठते हैं, when you are on a bed, that time, तो ये hypnagogic और hypnopompic भी पूछना अपने के लिए जरूरी है.
Yes.
Now, though we have categorized our specialty psychiatry as specialists who would deal with the auditory hallucinations, but it is not a compartment. Means many patients could have, even if they have functional disorders, in spite of that, they could have the even visual hallucinations and tactile hallucinations also. So I would say, if you demonstrate hallucination only with the avas, it is just auditory hallucinations. We need to ask these additional questions, because patient will not know that this is something abnormal and I need to tell. Okay. So we will now go step by step. First was your indirect question, then your direct question for auditory hallucinations. Then we tried to differentiate whether they are elementary, noises, unstructured versus complex, that you need to ask. And as Dr. Bhave said, then you need to differentiate whether they are hypnagogic, hypnopompic, or in a clear state of mind. And now we need to go ahead with the further elicitation. So can we have that?
Yes.
Okay. So Shruti or Smruti?
Oh, sir, I can do it now. I'm sitting in a
Yes,
quiet
Shruti.
place.
Yes, yes, yes. So Shruti, Sachin, can we put Shruti on the screen so that we will finish hallucination? Yes, huh. So, Hetvi, nothing wrong and nothing right. Don't worry about it, okay? But as a student, we need to go through all those
Yes.
typical questions,
Yes.
prototypical.
So, sir, I'll continue from the beginning of the hallucinations.
No, we have covered that part. Now go with the other modalities.
Okay. So, sir, I'll start with the next part of MSc.
No, go with the other modalities of hallucination. Means we
Okay,
have
okay,
just covered auditory, but
Auditory,
there could be
visual, tactile. Yes.
tactile and the visual.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
There could be olfactory, gustatory, but yes, in a psychiatry, we could have a visual and the tactile. Yes.
Yes. श्रुति, आप मुझे ये बता पाएंगे कि कभी ऐसा एहसास हुआ है कि कभी कुछ चल रहा है आपके शरीर पे, आपको कुछ शरीर पे एहसास हो रहा है जो आपको नॉर्मली नहीं होता था, कोई छू रहा है, कुछ चल रहा है, कुछ प्रिक हो रहा है, ऐसा कभी एहसास हुआ है? या आपको पता है कि आप कभी बंद कमरे में अकेले बैठे हो तो भी ऐसे कोई लोग वगैरह या पहले के कोई आपको जो जानीते लोग थे या कोई ऐसा दूसरा अनुभव हो रहा है कि कोई दिखाई दे रहा है, आपको पता है आप अकेले हो कमरे में तो भी, ऐसा कभी आपके साथ अभी ये जब से आपको प्रॉब्लम हो रहा है तभी से ऐसा कोई एहसास हुआ है?
नहीं मैडम, ऐसे कुछ चल शरीर पे महसूस नहीं होता है, पर हाँ हाथ पैर में दर्द बहुत रहता है, जैसे मैंने आपको पहले भी बताया था। ऐसा लगता है कि हाथ पैर में जकड़न है, बहुत दर्द हो रहा है। कोई दिखाई तो नहीं देता है, पर ऐसे जो पिछली चीजें हुई है वही वही विचार सुनाई देते हैं बार बार कानों में, वही वही लोगों के शब्द, मेरे शब्द, जो पिछला हुआ है, मैंने कुछ गलती की थी, वही सब सुनाई देता है बार बार।
Yes, so I think Hetvi, you ask in a very right way. That's the way to ask. But don't ask visual and the tactile together.
Okay, yes, sir.
Okay. It would be too much for a patient to understand your questions. So
Yes.
ask one by one. So you can ask for the visual, then you can ask for the tactile. So keep some gap.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yes.
So let's go ahead with
Yes.
your MSc now.
Yes. So the patient is conscious and oriented to time, place, and person. So the first part was orientation, and the attention is aroused
Okay. Hetvi, I will interrupt you here.
Yes.
Can there be some other phenomena also? Means after perception, which looks very similar to perceptual abnormalities, but they could be there with our patient. In fact, they could be there with the Shruti.
So dreams and fantasies that we take into account.
Yes, dreams, fantasies, what else?
So in perception, we can also cover illusions and any other imagery that the patient is having.
Yes, so illusion is one part, right?
Yes.
Okay, so hallucination was a one part. Second, illusion, right?
Yes.
So we can have a illusion also.
Yes.
Yeah. And the question would be very simple. Ki, just for the illusion, misinterpretation of the external
Yes.
stimulus. So we could have an illusion. So let's not forget about the illusion. Okay.
Yes.
श्रुति, कभी आपको ऐसा फील होता है कि आपके शरीर के अंदर से ही कुछ आवाजें आते हैं और आपसे बातें करते हैं?
नहीं सर, लेकिन विचार बार बार गूंजते रहते हैं दिमाग में, कानों में, पर बाहर से कोई आवाज नहीं आती।
Okay. May I ask this question to the participants? Do we get such a patients where exactly we get confused with the whether it is a hallucinations or not hallucination? They are saying कि अंदर से ही ऐसा मैं बात करते रहता हूँ मुझसे, या कोई मुझसे बात करते रहता है अंदर से. Do we get such type of the patients? And what do we call it? Anyone? Anyone from the participants? So my hint for you, we have an objective space, right? Yes, Disha has written pseudo hallucination. Very nice, Disha. So we have an objective space and we have a subjective space, right? So in an objective space, sounds are coming from outside, while in a subjective space, we get from within our body. So sometimes we get very confused whether to write it as a hallucination or a pseudo hallucination. Clever way not to get confused, you may say she gets such voices from within the body. And if someone asks that as it is from the subjective space, it is a pseudo hallucinations. And when it is from the outside, from the objective space, they are completely hallucinations. So not to forget about under hallucinations, I will go in a hallucinations, indirect questions, direct questions, then auditory hallucinations, visual hallucinations, tactile hallucinations, inauditory hallucinations, whether elementary hallucinations or a complex hallucinations. Complex means human voices. Elementary means unstructured noises. Then whether hypnagogic, hypnopompic, or in the awake state. After that, illusions. Okay, unless we know, we won't ask. So illusions, illusionary phenomena could also be there. And there could be a category of the patients where you are about to say hallucinations, but you are not very sure because of that space. So pseudo hallucination, and we need not to fear to mention that. Explain it properly that that person feels that she's getting some voices from inside her body. So that becomes a pseudo hallucinations. Okay, after this hallucinations phenomena, श्रुति आप कभी आपको ऐसा फील होता था क्या कि जैसे आपके बॉडी को कोई और ही कंट्रोल कर रहा है, यानी जब आप इतने दिनों से उदास हो, है ना, आपने बताया था आपके लास्ट टाइम आपके हिस्ट्री में कि ऐसा लगता है कि मैं कर रही हूँ कि कोई और कर रहा है, जैसे कि मैं कोई समवन इज ड्रैगिंग मी, मेरे थॉट्स को, ऐसे लास्ट टाइम आपने बताया था, ऐसा कभी फील होता है अभी आपको?
नहीं सर, विचार चलते हैं लेकिन मेरा शरीर तो मेरे ही काबू में रहता है।
अच्छा।
ऐसा नहीं है कि बाहर से कोई मुझे काबू में कर रहा है। जैसे मैंने लास्ट टाइम कहा था कि थोड़ा जादू टोना हो सकता है, लेकिन बाकी जो है वही तो विचारों का जो प्रॉब्लम है मुझे, उसी के कारण हो रहा है।
ओके। ऐसा ऐसा कभी लगता है कि आपका, आप जो हो, है ना, आपके लिए ये सब अनरियल है, आजू बाजू का कुछ भी रियल नहीं है ना?
नहीं सर, ऐसा तो नहीं महसूस
नहीं
हुआ कभी।
महसूस। या कभी ऐसा महसूस होता है कि यू आर नॉट द पर्सन जो आप हो, वो आप पर्सन नहीं हो, आप कुछ और ही हो, ऐसा कभी होता है?
इस विषय में ऐसा लगता है कि मैं पहले ऐसी नहीं थी जो इतना विचार करते थे, रोते
हम्म
थे, उदास बैठती थी,
हम्म।
वैसे लगता है। लेकिन लेकिन ऐसा कुछ नहीं है कि मैं अलग इंसान हो गई हूँ, लेकिन मेरा अभी व्यवहार बदल गया है। मैं रो देती हूँ, मैं बहुत
यानी
विचार करती
आपके
हूँ।
आजू बाजू का सब अनरियल है, या यू आर
जी
नॉट द सेम पर्सन, ऐसा कभी फील होता है? नहीं होता। ओके, सो दिस इज,
नहीं सर, ऐसा
yes,
नहीं।
so this is for participant and even for you, Hetvi.
Yes.
Did I try to elicit something else than hallucination? What was it?
So initially you tried to elicit somatic passivity and any
Okay,
maid
yes, just
phenomena.
yes. So let's see the chat box. Okay, anybody? Yes. So yes. So I tried to, yes, I tried to, as you said, somatic passivity.
Yes.
So there could be three passivity phenomena: एक made affect, made volition, and made feeling. So that could be there. And Disha has written, yes, I tried to elicit it, depersonalization and derealization. So even that is a part of our mental status examination. And unless we know to elicit, it won't come from the patient side because they might not feel that these things are so important, right? And again, these feelings of derealization can be there even in a severe depression. Depersonalization there could be there in a severe depression. And sometimes when we are dealing with the cases of dissociative disorder, functional neurological symptom disorder, we don't get anything in mental status examination. But if we ask these particular questions, we can get substantial information from the mental status examination. So sometimes we see that if the case is of a dissociative disorder, what will be there in the MSc? Nothing to write, right? But if we are aware that I need to ask for this phenomena also, then it will be a good mental status examination. So hallucination part, and after that other phenomena like somatic passivity phenomena, derealization, depersonalization, that we will discuss. Okay, so now go ahead, next part.
Yes, sir. The patient is conscious and oriented to time, place, and person.
Okay, fine. So very simple questions for orientation. Chalo,
Yes.
let's do it. हाँ.
Yes.
Hmm.
सर, श्रुति, मुझे आप अभी बता सकते हैं अंदाज से देख के कि क्या टाइम हो रहा है अभी?
अभी तो शाम का समय है, तो लगभग 7-8 बज रहे होंगे शाम को।
ओके। और
Perfect.
अभी आप कहाँ हो अभी एट प्रेजेंट?
अभी तो मैं एक कमरे में बैठी हुई हूँ, घर के पास में ही।
अच्छा, और आपका घर कहाँ है?
घर है नागपुर में है, मीना रोड पर।
ठीक है। और अभी आपके साथ में कौन है श्रुति?
अभी तो मैं अकेली ही हूँ।
ठीक है। और आप अभी कहाँ आए हो हमारे पास? हम कौन है?
मैं आपसे मदद मांगने के लिए आई हूँ मैडम, जो विचार का, डिप्रेशन का प्रॉब्लम हो रहा है, तो आप डॉक्टर्स हैं,
ठीक है।
मानसिक
Perfect.
रोग।
Yes, so very schematic, I would say, questions are there for orientation in time, place, and person. So let's start with the very basic questions. I would say for the time, ask the question whether it's a morning, evening, afternoon, evening, or night. Okay,
Yes.
then what's the time of a day?
Yes.
Then time, place, where are you and where you are hailing from? Then for the person who is around you. Okay, perfect. So orientation, I don't think any confusion is there. Let's go ahead with the next part of the MSc.
Yes. So attention of the patient is aroused, but it is ill sustained.
Aroused but ill sustained. Okay. So which test you have used?
So for active attention, I have used serial subtraction of 100 minus 7.
100 minus 7. Okay. So all the participants observe Hetvi performing this part of the mental status examination. If you want to add any suggestion, please add, and then we will go ahead, right? So yes, over to you, Hetvi. Okay, show
Yes.
us how to assess attention.
Yes. श्रुति, मैं अभी आपसे एक दो सिंपल सवाल पूछने वाली हूँ। आपको क्या करना है, जो 100 होता है उसमें से बस 7 हटाना है और मुझे आंसर बताना है। और जैसे जैसे आप आंसर बताते जाएंगे उसमें से 7 जो है माइनस कर करके मुझे बताते जाना है।
जी। तो 100 में से 7 गए तो 93 रहेगा मैडम।
हाँ, अभी जैसे आपने किया है वैसे आप घटाते जाइए।
फिर 93 में से मुझे आता है मैडम, लेकिन इतने विचार चालू है ना, मैं फोकस नहीं कर पाती हूँ।
थोड़ा प्रयत्न कीजिए श्रुति, हो जाएगा।
93 में से 86 होगा
हाँ।
शायद।
हाँ।
फिर 86 में से 79 रहेगा।
हाँ।
और उसके आगे मैं कर ही नहीं पा रही हूँ मैडम, मेरा ध्यान ही नहीं हो पा रहा है, मुझे समझ ही नहीं रहा है। आप कुछ और सवाल पूछ लीजिए, बहुत बहुत विचार चालू है मेरे दिमाग में।
Okay. Fine. So now forum is open for the chat box. Okay. Anyone wants to add here? Mistake done by Hetvi? Any mistake done by Hetvi? Yes? Type it in the chat box. Okay, patient education is yes, important. Hetvi, what is her
Yes.
education? Your patient's
Sir,
education?
she is a graduate, sir. She
She is
has finished her BCom.
graduate. Okay, okay. Huh. What else? I think this time participants, residents are not that active. And that's the reason Shilpa man and Bhavesh need, they are putting something in the chat box. Okay, anyone else? I will give you a hint. Uh, after asking Shruti to subtract participants are mesmerized. Okay. Okay. So fine. So what we would do, see Hitvi, when you ask
Yes.
her to subtract 7,
Yes.
after each response, you were saying, "Ha, batao," right? Okay, next batao. So this is not a test to check the sustenance of the attention. Okay. It is again arousal of the attention. So for attention, we can use many tests, and you are right to use even a serial subtraction test.
Yes.
But when you explain the patient that आपको 100 में से 7 माइनस करने हैं, जो भी बचता है उसमें से 7 माइनस करना है, ऐसे 5 टाइम्स आपको सब्ट्रैक्ट करते जाना है, बीच में मैं नहीं बोलूंगी. That would be an appropriate what instruction to the person.
Yes.
Then only we will be able to check the sustenance of the attention, whether it is sustained or otherwise it would just be arousal of the attention each time we
Yes.
are doing. Okay.
Yes.
And for a postgraduate, it's okay, but for other, it may not be that okay. So from the participants, is there any other test to assess the attention and sustenance of the attention?
So digit span we can
Let,
do
let the
for
participants put in a chat box. Is there any other test? Days of the week in forward and reverse chronology, right? Days of the week. Okay, what else? What else? Because with this serial subtraction may not be comfortable with someone. Any days of the weeks. Okay. Any random digits in forward and backward. Okay. What else? Good, good. People are responding. That's really good. Yes, Jill has written. Very nice, Jill. Months of the year, forward and backward. Appropriate. Very nice. In fact, this is very useful. So, Jill, Bhavya, Shruti. So, putting all this together, we have either serial subtraction 1, we have weekdays, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, forward, backward. We have months of the year as Jill has written. So January, February and onwards and forward and backward. And as Hetvi, you said digit span. Okay.
yes.
So even a digit span is a good test. And
Yes.
as Shilpa madam said, education of the person is very important.
Yes.
Even for a graduate, 100 minus 7 could be very difficult. So what else can be there in a serial subtraction?
20 minus 3 and minus 3 serially.
Yes. So there could be 20 minus 3 or even a 40 minus 3. Okay. What else? Reverse counting from 20 to 1, right?
Yes.
So 20, 19, 18. So many tests are there. Digit span is there. Serial subtraction is there. Under serial subtraction, according to the level of education, you can go from 40 minus 20 minus 3, 40 minus 3, or a 100 minus 7. Then digit span, week forward, backward, and the months forward, backward. So for our participants, can you elicit the digit span test for attention?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Shruti,
All
may
participants, please observe, and we need to correct Hetvi if she is wrong, and we need to put claps for her if she is right. Okay.
Shruti, श्रुति, मैं अभी आपसे थोड़े नंबर्स बताऊंगी आपको मैं जैसे जैसे बोलूं, मैं धीरे धीरे एक एक नंबर बताऊंगी आपको बस मेरे पीछे वो नंबर्स रिपीट करने हैं। हम शुरुआत थोड़े कम नंबर से करेंगे और हम धीरे धीरे नंबर्स बढ़ाते जाएंगे। आपको बस मैं जैसे बोलूं वही तरीके से वापस रिपीट करना है। हम एक एक डिजिट देंगे आपको, एक एक सेकंड में आपको वो याद रखने हैं और रिपीट करने हैं। पहले हम जो करेंगे उसमें जैसे मैं रिपीट करूं वही ऑर्डर में रिपीट करना है आपको, फिर मैं आपको दूसरा वेरिएशन बताऊंगी। श्रुति, 2 8
2 8
3 7 1
3 7 1
2 5 9 4
2 5 9 4
7 2 5 1 8
7 5 2 1 8
ठीक है। 8 1 4 7 3 8 2
8 3 2
हेतवी, आपने जो अभी नंबर्स बताए वो आप रिपीट कर सकते हैं क्या, अभी जो बताए? Okay, so I think
Sir,
till
in digit
yes,
forward,
yes, okay, 5 forward is
5 and
sufficient, and even the
yes,
4 backwards is sufficient,
yes,
because miss, yes, in our MISIC intelligence test, in a digit span it goes till 7, even 8 9.
yes, yes,
But in a mental status examination, even if someone can follow 5 digits, is fine enough that
okay.
the attention is well sustained. Now, at some point of time, I also realized that Shruti, you were not attentive. What's the reason?
सर विचार
विचार आ जाते हैं. Okay, okay, okay. Shruti is in a great role. Okay, she is completely drawn into the role of a depressed patient. Okay. So at least those who are participant puts your thumbs up and the claps for Shruti and the Hetvi. Okay, they are doing excellent job for all of you. Great. So shall we go ahead?
Yes.
Yes. So thank you, Nachiketa Desai, Alicia. Thank you so much. So we will, yes, we will go ahead with the next part of the MSc. So we have covered perception. I'll repeat hallucination part, then other phenomena, then in a consciousness, we need not to do anything. Orientation, very easy. Attention part, and you can use the very simple techniques, whichever is comfortable for you. No problem. But if you get a person from a rural India, from a rural place, from the villages, don't jump on the arithmetics. Months, days would be absolutely fine to check the attention. Okay, go ahead, Hetvi. Next part of your MSc.
So intelligence of the patient is average.
Okay, so intelligence. So how did you elicit intelligence of this patient?
Yes. श्रुति, मैं आपको बस थोड़े सवाल पूछूंगी, आप अगर पता रहेगा तो मुझे उसके जवाब बता देना। श्रुति, आप कहाँ तक पढ़े हो, मुझे एग्जैक्टली बता पाओगे, और कौन से सब्जेक्ट में आपने ग्रेजुएशन किया है?
मैडम मैं ग्रेजुएशन किया है मैंने BSc में।
ठीक। श्रुति, मुझे बता पाओगे कि अभी एट प्रेजेंट हमारे प्राइम मिनिस्टर कौन है भारत के?
नरेंद्र मोदी।
ठीक है। और जैसे आपको पता है हम महाराष्ट्र में रहते हैं, आप महाराष्ट्र के चीफ मिनिस्टर हमें बता पाएंगे?
So Hetvi, this is under what heading you are asking her?
सर, इंटेलिजेंस।
अच्छा, under intelligence. Okay, right. हाँ. Yes, Shruti? Who is the
नहीं
chief
सर, मैं
minister?
याद मैं याद नहीं कर पा रही।
ठीक है श्रुति, जैसे आपने मुझे बताया आपने बीएससी में ग्रेजुएशन किया है, आप मुझे बेसिक बता पाएंगे? जैसे सल्फ्यूरिक एसिड हम बोलते हैं तो उसका केमिकल फॉर्मूला क्या रहता है?
तो नहीं बता पाऊंगी। मुझे सीएम का नाम ही याद नहीं आ रहा। मैं बिल्कुल ही नहीं बता, मुझे याद ही नहीं आ रहा, नहीं बता
ठीक है,
पाऊंगी।
मैं आपको एक आसान सा पूछ लेती हूँ। जैसे हम हाइड्रोक्लोरिक एसिड बताते हैं, उसका आप फॉर्मूला मुझे बता पाएंगे?
अ, शायद HCl, शायद HCl हो सकता है उसका।
Great, 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 great. So this was under what category, Hitvi?
सर इंटेलिजेंस।
Under intelligence, what means you were assessing
सर
what?
जनरल, जनरल कंसेप्ट,
Yes. So this is basically not general concept. This is
जनरल नॉलेज।
general fund of information. We called it as a general fund of information, wherein we ask all these things. So that's the one part. This may not be sufficient to assess the intelligence. So what's the other test we follow in the mental status examination? Any other from the participants? This is just a general fund of information. What else? Anyone else from the participants? In intelligence evaluation under mental status examination, comprehension, yes, Jill has written comprehension, Anushri has written calculations. Okay, arithmetic and comprehension, yes, arithmetic. So, Hitvi,
यस,
can we use arithmetic calculations for this?
यस,
Okay, so go ahead.
यस। श्रुति,
हम्म,
श्रुति मैं बस आपको बेसिक से सवाल पूछने वाली हूँ, जिसमें बस आपको सिंपल से मैथ्स के थोड़े सम्स वगैरह करने होंगे। आप अगर आपको टाइम लगता है तो भी ठीक है, हमको कोई जल्दी नहीं है, आप आराम से मुझे सोच के बताइए। श्रुति मुझे बता पाएंगे 55 + 65 कितना होता है?
55 + 65, 5 हो जाएगा तो 120, 120 होगा।
ठीक है, आप मुझे बता सकते हैं 130 में से हम अगर 45 कम कर दे तो कितने बचते हैं?
Hitvi, what I feel, yes, here we need to check general fund of information,
यस,
and the comprehension will be a part of that.
यस,
Then arithmetic in a calculation.
यस,
So there is nothing wrong in asking this type of the question. Subtraction part we ask for the attention. So here we can ask for the addition, we can ask for the division, multiplication.
मल्टीप्लिकेशन, डिवीजन।
But if we go like this, no, it would look like it would definitely affect your rapport with the patient. Okay.
यस,
Suppose if you ask questions or frame questions, if your questions are properly framed, then it would be helpful. Shruti, 1 लीटर
Yes,
दूध 30 रुपए का मिलता है ना, तो आपको 3 लीटर दूध लेने के लिए कितने पैसे लगेंगे?
1 लीटर दूध 3, 3, 3, 7,
आप आपके
सर
घर में,
90 रुपए।
यस, तो आप आपके घर से अगर निकलते हैं 100 रुपीज लेके, ओके, और दुकानदार के पास फिर 3 लीटर का दूध लेते हैं, और दुकानदार को आप, आपके घर के आजू बाजू में ऐसा शॉप है ना?
हाँ जी, है सर।
है ना?
हाँ
हाँ, तो ग्रोसरी स्टोर वाले को आप 100 रुपीज देते हैं, तो वो कितना वापस देगा?
सर, 90 गए तो वो 10 रुपए वापस
अच्छा,
देगा। 10।
अगर आप 500 की नोट लेके जाते हैं, आपके पास नहीं है, तो वो कितना वापस देगा?
सर, 310, नहीं सर, 410 वापस देगा।
410, ओके। और श्रुति, अगर वहां से आप निकलते हैं और आपको लगा कि आज किसी को, आपको स्कूल में कुछ बच्चों को गिफ्ट देना है ना, और
हम्म,
वहां पे पेन्स आपको दिखे, पेन्स कि पेन्स हम आप दे सकते हैं, तो आपने जो है आपके शॉपकीपर को बोला कि बचे हुए पैसों में आप वो 10 रुपीज वाले पेन्स दे दीजिए। तो वो कितने पेन्स देगा?
सर ये मैं कैसे बता पाऊंगी? सर 410 में से अगर 10 रुपए का एक पेन है तो सर वो 41 पेन्स दे सकते हैं
Yeah,
मुझे।
okay. So, absolutely okay. Hepi, you're absolutely right in arithmetic. But
Yes.
if we go with the 100 minus these,
Yes.
then there are very chances that you will lose the rapport with the person.
Yes.
If you connect this arithmetic with day-to-day activities, right? Like
Yes.
everyone goes to buy milk, right? Then we buy pens also, or in the remaining money, often we ask for the chocolates.
Yes.
कि बचे हुए पैसों की चॉकलेट दे दो. So if we frame our questions like that, then you are assessing the same thing, but at the same time, the flow, the rapport will be properly maintained, and even the patient would be able to connect to the day-to-day activities more properly.
Yes.
So that's the second part. What is the third part of intelligence?
So comprehension.
Comprehension. Okay, so assess for comprehension.
Sir, I wanted to ask you this one thing. Sir, if we are assessing the other parts of the intelligence first, so sir, is it taken into consideration that the patient is understanding and the comprehension is intact?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. So you need not to do any test for the comprehension if you have done complete mental status examination
Yes.
till the level of the intelligence. So need not to go. Fine. So go ahead with your MSc.
Yes. So next I have assessed is the part that is abstraction and abstract concepts. Firstly, I would like to test for similarities and differences, and later I would like to test the abstract concepts.
So abstraction, is it separate from intelligence or a part of intelligence?
Part of it.
Yes. So under intelligence, we have four parts. One is a
Yes.
comprehension, other is general fund of information, calculation, and abstraction. So abstraction is a part of the intelligence evaluations, and we do it very commonly. And for the to make it very easy, we put it under the heading concepts,
Yes.
so that it becomes easy for everyone. So now
Yes.
all the participants, all 39 of you, just observe Hetvi. She is doing demonstration of abstraction, that is concept elicitation. Go ahead, Hetvi.
Yes. श्रुति, मैं आपको अभी दो चीजें बताऊंगी. आपको मुझे उसमें बस बताना है, जो जोड़ी मैं आपको दूंगी उसमें एक समानता बतानी है उनमें, और एक डिफरेंस बताना है. मतलब दोनों में अलग क्या है वो मुझे आपको बताना है, वो आपको मुझे बताना है. एंड सबसे पहला जो जोड़ी मैं आपको दे रही हूँ वो है एक पक्षी और एक विमान. आप मुझे बताइए उनमें एक जैसा क्या है और अलग क्या है.
हम पक्षी और विमान दोनों ही आसमान में उड़ते हैं और पक्षी तो जीवित है और विमान जो है वो तो इंसान की बनाई हुई एक मशीन है.
ठीक. अभी मैं आपको एक और देती हूँ, वो है एक मोमबत्ती, कैंडल जो हम बोलते हैं इंग्लिश में, और एक ट्यूबलाइट. उन दोनों में एक जैसा क्या है और क्या अलग है.
मैडम दोनों में एक जैसा तो कुछ भी नहीं है. अलग तो वही है कि मोमबत्ती तो मोम की रहती है और कैंडल तो इसकी रहेगी और ट्यूबलाइट तो ग्लास की रहेगी, कांच की.
Okay, so
पर
Shruti and Hetvi will take a break here. Okay. Now participants, everyone, Alisha, Nachiket, Jill, Anushri, all of you. Okay. Now tell me, any suggestion here, or can we suggest something to Hetvi to correct? Do you find it's all proper, or any suggestion? Shashidhar, Shruti. Anyone feel that there can be some modification? Yes, yes. Shilpa madam has responded. Yes, first is important. Have you seen? Okay. Because if I ask someone, if you ask me, sir, what is the difference between the baseball and mango? So I have not seen baseball. Okay, so right. So first thing is to ask whether she has seen or heard these things. Yes, very important. What else? What else? Yes, Ashish. Yes, I must say, Ashish, you have picked up the very right point. So, Hetvi, okay, and
Yes.
I know Hetvi is doing all these mistakes deliberately, Ashish, to provoke you to write something. So, we need to ask the differences first and similarity later.
Late. Yes.
Because it's easy to find out the differences first than the similarity. So, the questions were very, very appropriate and uh, but first ask the differences.
Yes.
Okay. So now ask the candle example again,
Yes.
but frame it so that first she'll be able to tell you the differences. Okay, go
Yes.
ahead.
श्रुति, आपने कैंडल, ट्यूबलाइट, ये दो चीज आपको पता होगी?
हाँ पता, मुझे
हाँ,
पता।
तो आप जैसे मुझे एक बता पाओगे कि कैंडल और एक ट्यूबलाइट में अंतर क्या है? और पहले आप मुझे अंतर बता सकते हैं?
अंतर तो है मैम, क्योंकि कैंडल तो वो तो मोम की बनी रहती है और वो पिघल जाती है, पर ट्यूबलाइट तो कांच की बनी हुई रहती है।
ठीक है।
Perfect.
और मुझे आप बता पाओगे कि दोनों में एक समान क्या है? दोनों ऐसा क्या है जो सिमिलर है दोनों में?
सिमिलर तो कुछ भी नहीं है मैडम।
थोड़ा सोचिए श्रुति, दोनों क्या क्या करते हैं?
मोमबत्ती तो पिघल जाती है, ट्यूबलाइट तो जलती ही रहती है। एक इलेक्ट्रिसिटी पे चलती है, एक तो आग से अपन जलाना पड़ता है।
और थोड़ा सोचिए श्रुति, हमें क्या काम में आते हैं? दोनों क्या काम करते हैं?
हाँ, देते तो दोनों रोशनी ही है, लेकिन ट्यूबलाइट तो कहीं ज्यादा देती है मोमबत्ती से।
ठीक।
Good, good. So now, absolutely perfect, absolutely perfect. I was examiner in, I think, some institute, and there were, Shilpa madam, there were 5 students, right, in that exam. 5 MD students were there. And for the first student, we asked to demonstrate these concepts. So he asked for what are the differences between chair and dog. Okay. And for the second students also, he also asked the when we asked him to demonstrate, he also asked the same question. Okay, tell us the difference between chair and dog. I would tell you out of curiosity, then we started asking each student, and all of them asked the same example. So what happens? Even patient, they remain ready with the answers. Means very frequently, every alternate day, we take mental status examination. And if we keep asking about the same examples again and again, patients, they remain without even thinking, they answer because they are aware about all these things. And when we are in a first year, we learn to ask differences about chair. In a second year also, we continue to ask same, and even third year also, we continue to ask same. So, and I would tell you, if you get a chance to assess concepts in your private practice also, you will tend to ask the same questions. So, be very wise, mindful about this, that at least during examination, ask the different or plan among yourselves that we will ask the different questions to the patient. Otherwise, everyone will ask the same thing. So one needs to evolve. Shilpam, yes, right. So go ahead. So this is a first part of the abstraction. That's the differences. And the second was the similarity. What else?
So now the abstract concepts regarding the proverbs I would like to ask.
Go ahead.
Yes. श्रुति, आप घर पे जैसे हिंदी में ही बात करते हैं,
हाँ, हिंदी में ही।
तो आपने हिंदी के थोड़े बहुत मुहावरे या जो रोज बरोज के प्रैक्टिस में यूज होते हैं, कहीं ना कहीं तो सुने होंगे?
हाँ, सुने तो है, वैसे सुने हैं।
ठीक है, मैं आपको श्रुति 3-4 आसान आसान मुहावरे बताऊंगी, आप प्लीज मुझे उसका आपको जैसे समझ आए उसका मीनिंग बता पाएंगे?
जी।
नाच ना जाने आंगन टेढ़ा, उसका आपके हिसाब से क्या मतलब होता है?
मतलब वही होता है कि किसी को नाचना नहीं आता, और आंगन तो टेढ़ा ही है तो कोई कैसे नाच सकता है उसमें।
हाँ, आप थोड़ा और मतलब जैसे आंगन टेढ़ा होता है, आप और क्या समझ पाते हैं उससे?
कि आंगन टेढ़ा है और किसी को नाचना नहीं आता।
ठीक है, मैं आपको एक दो और कहावतें पूछती हूँ, आप मुझे बताइए फिर आपको जैसे समझ आ रहा है। ठीक है, खोदा पहाड़ निकला चूहा, उसका क्या, ये कहावत का क्या मीनिंग होता है?
इसका मतलब यही है मैडम कि पहाड़ के नीचे खोदा तो उसमें से एक चूहा निकला।
उससे आपको क्या और समझ आता है?
कि चूहे नीचे बिल बनाकर रहते हैं तो पहाड़ खोदने से चूहा निकलता है।
So,
ठीक,
Hetvi, what is your inference?
so basically concretization of thinking is there, so as it is meaning
Concretization.
of the proverbs is
हाँ,
explained by the
yes.
patient.
So I would add something here. Before giving your proverbs, Shilpa madam has written proper word is a कहावतें, है ना? आपने कुछ
Yes.
कहावतें.
हाँ,
So you can ask her also. आपने कुछ कहावतें सुनी है क्या? आप बता सकेंगे क्या? Okay.
Yes.
So we are giving, but let's ask her first. Means if she
Okay.
knows some kahavate, it becomes very easy for us. And if she is not able to tell you any kahavate or any proverbs, then we can ask. That's one thing.
Yes.
And you have, yes, start with the simplest. So that is again a very good thing to do. Then let's not be something like जैसे को वैसा. बताओ इसका मतलब क्या है ना? तो जैसे को वैसा, ये जो कहावत है, सो मेनी पीपल आस्क दैट कि मैं आउट ऑफ फॉर द डेमोन्स्ट्रेशन दे आस्क दिस, जैसे को वैसा इसका मतलब क्या होता है?
Hmm.
देन इफ द आंसर कम्स, हाँ जैसा किया वैसा मिला.
Hmm.
So it shouldn't be that also, but yes, ask the patient first. आपने कुछ कहावतें सुनी है क्या? आप कुछ बता सकेंगे क्या? After that, start with the very very simple type of the कहावतें. जैसी
Yes.
करनी,
Yes.
वैसी करनी, something like that. Okay,
Yes.
go ahead. So we have covered from the hallucinations part, other phenomena, then consciousness, then orientation, attention. Now even the intelligence we are done with. Okay, next.
So next, I would like to assess the judgment part of the patient.
Okay.
Uh, Shruti, Shruti,
बताइए।
हाँ, मुझे बताइए, घर पे आप अपने मम्मी पापा वगैरह के साथ कैसे रहते हैं, क्या करते हैं दिन भर? आप उनके साथ ही रहते होंगे ना?
मैं उनके साथ और पहले तो मैं जैसे थोड़ा बाहर कुछ काम करने दोस्तों से मिलने वगैरह जाया करती थी, पर अब तो मैं घर ही पर रहती हूँ, तो दिन भर घर पे सब लोग साथ में ही रहते हैं, और
ठीक,
ज्यादा बातचीत तो इतना नहीं हो पाता है, पर हम साथ में ही रहते
ठीक है। श्रुति, आप मुझे बता पाएंगे, अगर आप एक रास्ते से जा रहे हैं, कहीं मार्केट वगैरह जा रहे हैं, कुछ लेने, घर का सामान खरीदने, और आप सामने रास्ते में देखते हैं कि कोई एक आदमी के औरत का एक्सीडेंट हो जाता है और आपके सामने ही उसको चोट लग जाती है, तो वो सिचुएशन में आप क्या करेंगे श्रुति?
हैं। मैडम, अगर उसको छोटी मोटी चोट है तो कुछ मरहम पट्टी कर सकते हैं, या फिर अगर बड़ी चोट है तो फिर उसको कैसे तो भी अस्पताल पहुंचाना पड़ेगा जल्द से जल्द, ताकि उसकी जान बच सके।
श्रुति, जैसे अगर आप और हम अभी जैसे एक अस्पताल में बैठे हैं, अगर ये कमरे में शायद से कभी आग लग गई, तो आप सबसे पहले क्या करना चाहोगे?
So participants, by asking all these questions, है ना? फायर लगने के बाद क्या होगा? एक्सीडेंट होने के बाद क्या करेंगे? So Hetvi is testing which part of the mental status examination or which part of the judgment? Yes, right. Disha, Alisha, you are right. She is checking test, है ना? Test for the judgment, testing judgment. Okay, go ahead.
So, sir, the test judgment of the patient is intact.
Intact. Yes, yes.
And sir, regarding the social judgment, because she
Mhm.
has been staying with her family members, and as she mentioned, 2 3 days back they went to the temple, came back, and the patient is talking with us in a decent manner. So I would like to conclude that even the social judgment of the patient at present is intact.
Okay, perfect. So for the social judgment, your entire MSc, you're talking to her for a prolonged period of time, her behavior with the other people in the ward, or
Yes.
if she's a OPD patient with other family members, that is sufficient. So for the test, we can use all these things. So very commonly are accident.
Yes.
Second is, as you said, fire, right?
Yes. Yes.
Fire. Third is, if you find some envelope on the road, okay,
Yes.
what would you do? So these are the very common questions we ask. And for s- uh, for social judgment, sometimes what happens when you are talking to a patient and you suddenly drop your pen, okay, and patient also bends to pick up that pen, okay, to help you. Even
Yes.
that is a sufficient test that hers or his social judgment is intact. So
Yes.
sometimes while MSc, this is again a very simplest and the handy test to check the social judgment. Okay.
Yes.
So that यानी डॉक्टर साहब का पेन गिर गया है तो मुझे उठाने में मदद करनी चाहिए. With that thinking, they help us. That is again a test for the judgment. So is he okay with the judgment? Hetvi is okay with the judgment. Anyone has anything to add here? Participants?
Sir, I had one doubt in
Huh.
this. If a patient has come to us with aggressive, abusive behavior towards the neighbors or friends, but during the MSc, when we are asking him the structured questions, he's able to answer. But still, can we imply based on the complaints that his social judgment is impaired?
Okay, so judgment has three parts: personal judgment, social judgment, and test for the judgment. In these cases, you have to probe him a more. Okay, what you will do once you go back home? Okay, what will you do if there is a program in your colony? Okay, so what will you do if suppose everyone is helping a child whose parents are not there in your colony? What would you do? So we need to probe in that fashion when you are aware about all these things. And if his answers are correct, okay, so then yes, then it is okay, it is intact. But out of paranoia or out of something, he may not be cooperating with them, right? Go ahead after judgment. Should always ask the non-controversial ones. Okay. Yes, yes, yes. Because I remember, ma'am, I was teaching undergraduate about the judgment, and I asked them, okay, suppose you are on a road and if you find some mobile on the road, what will you do? So they say ki we will pick up that mobile. Okay. And we will keep with us. So if someone answers that, then it becomes very difficult to say whether the judgment is intact or impaired. I told them, no, we need to go to police station and okay, call the person. So then students, they started telling me, sir, out of 100 people, only 2 or 3% would do that. Most other people, they will, if the mobile is there, they will take the mobile with them. Okay. Many people will remove the SIM card out of that. Only few people will go to police station. So only some people will go to police station. Maximum people will try to call that person. And there are some people who will keep the mobile with themselves. So those people who will keep the mobile with themselves, it means that their judgment is impaired. It means that their intentions are not good. Okay. So rightly said Shilpa ma'am, we need not to ask the controversial questions here. We need to ask a very, very simple questions. Otherwise, it becomes extremely difficult.
I just wanted to say that, like that envelope question,
Yes, ma'am.
some envelope with an address fallen on the road. nowadays people answer like, I will not touch it.
Yes, 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 yes.
So
yes.
many people
Absolutely.
are done away with the post. So
Yes,
they
yes.
don't have the concept of post office or a
Yes,
post
yes.
box where it needs to be put. So I don't think we should ask such things.
Such
Or
question.
if there is a fire, they'll call a fire brigade. Every time you don't expect that they'll throw water.
They'll throw
So,
water. Yes, yes.
so where there can be more than one answers, I think we should avoid. The best
Yes,
that
yes.
I follow is if you are walking and you find a tap open and the water is flowing, what will you do?
Very
There
simple.
can be only one answer, that I will close the tap,
Yes, yes.
right? So you can, I'm sure you can have more such where there's only one answer. So I think that should be asked.
Yes,
Thanks.
absolutely,
Please go ahead.
absolutely.
I'm
And
sorry I
yeah,
talked
no,
too
no,
much.
absolutely. Mister, with the time we should evolve because it was a very favorite questions when we were students कि envelope road पे मिलता है तो क्या करना है? Okay.
Yes.
That time that was the method of communication. हम post office में हमारे letters drop करते थे. But yes, now with this digital evolution, it's not
Yeah.
possible now.
Yes.
Okay, Hitvi, let's go ahead.
Sir, I would like to assess memory now.
Yes.
श्रुति, मैं आपको अभी 5 चीजें बताऊंगी, आपको बस वो 5 चीजें ध्यान में रखनी है और मुझे एज इट इज रिपीट करके बताना है। यही सेम 5 चीजें मैं आपको 5 मिनट बाद भी पूछूंगी, आपको बस वो ध्यान में रख के मुझे बताना है और वो सेम 5 चीजें मुझे बाद में भी रिपीट करके बतानी है। आप ध्यान से सुनिएंगे 5 चीजें, ठीक है? सूरज, बिल्ली, टेबल, नीला, चाबी।
सूरज, बिल्ली, चाबी, नीला, टेबल।
अभी आपको ये सेम चीजें मैं थोड़ी देर बाद भी पूछूंगी, आपको बस मुझे याद करके बताएं, ठीक है? तो आप याद में ध्यान में रखिएगा। श्रुति, मुझे आप बता सकते हैं आज सुबह आप जब हम हमारे पास आए थे तो सुबह नाश्ता क्या खा के आए थे?
नाश्ता तो कुछ भी नहीं खाया था, भूख ही नहीं लग रही है।
और कल रात को तो सोने के पहले थोड़ा बहुत कुछ खाया होगा, तो क्या खाया था डिनर में आपने?
कल रात में एक रोटी खाई थी और थोड़ा सा चावल।
आपने कोई सब्जी खाई थी उसके साथ?
हाँ, सब्जी खाई तो थी, शेंगा की सब्जी।
ठीक है। श्रुति, आप आप बचपन में कौन से स्कूल में गए थे?
हाँ, बचपन में कॉन्वेंट स्कूल में गए थे,
तो
घर
आपके
के
सबसे
पास।
पसंदीदा तभी जो सबसे पसंदीदा टीचर थी उसका नाम बता पाएंगे आप मुझे सोच के?
हाँ, शालिनी मैडम बहुत अच्छे टीचर।
ठीक है। और वो टाइम पे आपके स्कूल की प्रिंसिपल मैडम कौन थी?
प्रिंसिपल उनका नाम था मिश्रा मैडम।
ठीक है।
So, participant, Hetvi has covered 3 sets of questions, right? So,
Yes.
she is trying to check which memory. Now, with those 5 words, yes, participant type very fast. Okay, we are left with, yes. Jill is not a recent memory. Okay, Shashidhar, yes. Right, right. So, registration part of the 3 words, or Hetvi, we can use 3 words also.
Yes,
You
sir.
can use 3 words or you can use 5 words also. So registration part is a part of a immediate memory.
Immediate.
Okay, so where she scored 5 out of 5 in a registration.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Now we can check for her recall.
Yes.
हाँ.
श्रुति, मैंने जो आपको 5 शब्द अभी थोड़ी देर पहले बताए थे, आप मुझे बस थोड़ा ध्यान देके वो याद करके बता पाएंगे मैंने कौन से शब्द बताए थे आपको?
वो शब्द थे सूरज, चांद, नीला,
हम्म
और
थोड़ा कोशिश कीजिए।
नहीं, ओ, गाड़ी गाड़ी
हम्म
गाड़ी और पंखा।
Okay, so what is her recall?
सर 2 on 5।
Okay, so now here only I'll add something. So there is lot of confusion if you read one book or other book. In some of the books, uh, you will find the recall part is kept under a recent memory, okay, while a registration part is in a immediate memory, while in some other books it is in a immediate memory. So if you consider that this registration and recall of 3 words is in a immediate memory, is quite well accepted, there is no problem. If you differentiate that the registration part of that those 3 words is there uh, in an immediate memory, and after 5 minutes if you have a recall and that is a part of a recent memory, still it is accepted, there shouldn't be any problem of this. As while selecting a 3 proper words, okay, that words should not be there, those objects should not be there around you.
यस
So if you have a word table, keys, it could be there on your table, right? Keys could be there on a table. So it would be very easy for patient to recall, okay, without putting much of the mental efforts. So find out a proper words which are not there in the eyesight. That is one word thing. Second, you can choose one abstract word also while giving 3. Can you give me one example of the abstract word where you can't have a figure? Okay, boundaries won't be there for that word.
खुशी
Yes, Khushi will not have a boundary. Anand would not have a boundary. So you can use that additional word also. So there could be one very concrete like uh, something color, kala, nila, pila, right? And there could be some abstract like Khushi, Anand, okay, and one more word. So so that was the question. Now participants, we have last 4 minutes and we will be able to finish, no problem. She has asked for the breakfast, okay, and what did Shruti had for her dinner? So she's checking which part of her memory now. Type it very fast. Yes. So Alisha, yes, Shruti, Alisha, Disha, everyone says it's a recent memory. Okay. So while putting MSc across, the examiner say that I am checking immediate memory, recent memory, and
यस
she asked for her school principal's name and teacher's class teacher's name. That was a remote memory.
यस
Okay. So let's go ahead with the last part of the mental status exam. What is that?
इनसाइट्स
Insight. So we will demonstrate insight and then we will hand over it to Sachin and Mansi. Okay, go ahead with that.
श्रुति आप जैसे इधर अस्पताल में दिखाने आए हैं, आपको क्या लगता है, आपको क्या तकलीफ हो रही है कि आपको इधर आना पड़ा है? श्रुति
Shruti, you are not audible. हाँ, हाँ, yes.
मैडम, जैसे मैंने बताया था कि विचारों वाला बीमारी हो गया है, जैसे उदासी बहुत रहती है और सब बोलते हैं डिप्रेशन की जो बीमारी रहती है, तो डिप्रेशन की बीमारी हो गई है और मैं इस चीज से इतना परेशान हो चुकी हूँ, इसीलिए मैं मदद मांगने के लिए आपके पास आई।
आपको क्या लगता है ये बीमारी क्यों हुई रहेगी या कैसे ठीक होगी, क्या करना पड़ेगा?
ये बीमारी तो मैडम हुई है, शायद मेरी पिछले इसमें मैंने कुछ गलतियां की होगी, शायद उसी चीज का मुझे अभी प्रायश्चित करना पड़ रहा है, या फिर कुछ मुझसे ही पाप हुए होंगे, शायद उस वजह से हो सकता है। लेकिन इसका इलाज जैसे बहुत लोग बोलते हैं कि एक्सरसाइज योगा से हो जाता है। पर मुझे लगता है कि मेरी तबीयत योगा से नहीं ठीक होगी, इसलिए मैं आपके पास मदद के लिए आई हूँ। मुझे लगता है कि इसमें शायद कुछ दवाइयाँ नींद के लिए कम से कम अगर आप मुझे दे सकते हो तो
Okay,
शायद मुझे मदद करें।
perfect, perfect. So Hetvi, which grade inside?
So I would like to categorize the insight as 4/6 because the patient has acceptance of the symptoms that she has, which is depressive in nature, and all the other symptoms which were listed before. But it does not fall into the 3/6 category as she's not blaming it on some external factors, but blaming it on the previous mistake she has made or the excessive guilt she has had. So she's blaming it on some internal factors or attributing it to the past events as the patient mentioned प्रायश्चित मुझे करना पड़ रहा है अभी मेरी गलतियों का. So sir, I would like to because of the excessive guilt and the excessive remorse, because the patient is blaming it on herself, I would like to categorize it as
Okay,
4/6.
participants, if we consider a scale of 1 to 6, where would you like to put Shruti in her insight? Yes, participants, in a scale 1 to 6, where will you like to put? Us. Okay, someone putting 4/6, 3/6. Okay. Hetvi,
Yes.
in a insight, there are two aspects. One is
Yes.
awareness and attribution. Okay.
Yes.
If we go by verbatim, she is saying that योगा और ये भी मुझे करना ही है, बट मुझे लगता है कि नींद के लिए और उसके लिए मुझे जरूरत भी पड़ेगी मेडिसिन की, है ना? Now, that awareness part is completely there.
Yes.
Now, attribution part, she is saying what? Past karma.
सर मेरे को बहुत गिल्ट लग रहा है और पहले मैंने कुछ गलतियां की होगी जो अभी मुझे भुगतना पड़ रहा है, जिसका कारण अभी मुझे भुगतना पड़ रहा है.
गलतियां किया है इसलिए. ओके ओके ओके. So if quickly can we go 1 2 3 4 1?
Yeah. One is sorry. One is complete denial of illness. Two is when there is awareness of the symptoms, just the slight awareness of symptoms. Three is when the patient attributes it to some external factor. Four is when the patient is attributing it to some defect in oneself. Five is when there is intellectual awareness of the entire symptoms and the patient understands the nature of the illness. That is intellectual insight. And sixth is emotional insight, where the patient understands the need for medications, the need for follow up, and how the patient has to have good compliance and for the depressive features to completely go away, and the importance of being treated.
Okay, fantastic. Absolutely fine. So, only awareness is not an insight. Awareness and attribution, both the things we need to cover. And if we only go by the awareness, yes, she may be having 6/6 insight, emotional insight, but attribution part, okay. So, past karma and all those things. So, that's the reason she said it is a 4/6, right?
Yes.
Okay. So, that's over. So, I think we have it's 9:02 and it's a time to give it back to Mansi and Sachin. So thank you all the participants for participating, and I thank to Hetvi and the Shruti for all these wonderful demonstration. I would request all the participants to put your thumbs and the claps for both Hetvi and the Shruti. And thank you so much. Thank you so much for this opportunity as well as active participation of all of you. Thank you so much. Over to you, Sachin.
Thank you, sir, for a wonderful session. Now, I will request Dr. Mansi ma'am to proceed with the quiz. Ma'am, first unmute yourself.
Sorry. Thank you, Dr. Sachin, and thank you, sir. Thank you, Dr. Shruti and Dr. Hetvi, for this wonderful demonstration. So, like we have been doing with all Tenacious Tuesday meetings, today also we have a set of few questions, which is a very interesting quiz that we have curated for you. So, it will be in the form of a Zoom poll. There are only 8 questions since this is the second part of the lecture, and you will get total of 5 minutes to solve the questions. It's a multiple choice question with one correct answer only. I request you all to solve all the answers and only then submit the poll, or else you'll submit an incomplete poll. So I request Mr. Yogendra to please start the poll. So we till 9:10, so another 5 minutes, and then we will end the poll.
Yes, ma'am. Can you see?
Okay. Can the participants see? Dr. Sachin, can you please let me know?
Yes, we can
Okay,
see the
thank you.
questions.
Yeah, so we will end the quiz at 9:10. So that's another 5 minutes that we are all getting to solve the quiz for 8 questions.
Yes, ma'am, can you help me? I'm actually not able to see the this.
Can you
Okay, I
repeat
saw it.
that?
I
Not
found it.
able to?
Yes, ma'am, I found it out.
Okay. Last 1 minute to go, and then we will end the poll. All right, so we'll end the poll now. I'll quickly read out the answers. So the first question was neurological symptoms of tendency to make jokes, inappropriate humor, and puns usually associated with frontal lobe dysfunction. The answer is Witzel-Scott. Then the delusion of senile squalor, the answer is Diogenes syndrome. Phenomenon of pleasant olfactory hallucination, tricky question, but the answer is Padre Pio phenomena. Olfactory reference syndrome is usually when the person feels that he's foul smelling. Obsession is a disorder of thought. Possession is the correct answer. When he repeatedly uses the word, it's neologism. I think everyone has answered that correctly. That's good to know. Acute brain injury due to stroke and patient is unable to form memories after that. It is anterograde amnesia. Everybody has answered that correctly. When an event which has been experienced before is not perceived with appropriate familiarity, it's jamais vu. It's the opposite of deja vu. A person demonstrate rapid and abrupt changes in mood. This is again lability of mood. It was the simple one that we had here. We'll calculate the results and we will be sharing it with you in the next Tenacious Tuesday. And with that, we end the quiz part. Thank you, sir, and thank you everyone again for answering all the questions. Back to you, Dr. Sachin.
Thank you, ma'am, for quiz and with the tricky questions. And I will also like to thank Dr. Hetvi and Dr. Shruti for such a good enacting. And I would also like to thank Dr. Sushil Gawande sir for elaborate and interactive session once again. And over to the Shilpa ma'am.
Thank you, Sachin. Firstly, thank you, Dr. Sushil Gawande, for removing time out for taking 2 sessions instead of 1. So I'm sure you had to organize your schedule for this. So thank you very much. Shruti and Hetvi, just like last time, did a wonderful job. Shruti absolutely into the character, and Hetvi
Thank you so
absolutely
much, ma'am.
into the examination mode. So thank you both. Thank you, Mansi, for that quiz. I'm sure you had to really work hard to make it a little tricky.
Thank you, ma'am.
And thank you, Sachin, for great moderation. Dr. Paraksha had called. He had to